Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, I'll be answering the questions sent on Moodle and I'll try to keep the answers simple and straight. Question number 1. What are the differences between consecutive and simultaneous interpretation? Okay, there are two primary modes of interpretation, consecutive and simultaneous. Both are used to bridge language barriers and help people understand each other. But it is important to understand their differences so you can identify which one is best for your particular use case. In consecutive interpretation, this type of interpretation requires no special equipment. Interpreters use their note taken during the speech. The interpreter stands next to the speaker. The speaker will speak for a maximum 5 minutes. In the meantime, the interpreter writes down everything the speaker says in an interpreting pad. When the speaker has finished, the interpreter begins to repeat what the speaker has said into another language based on his or her notes. On the other hand, simultaneous interpretation is a mode of interpreting in which the speaker makes a speech and the interpreter reformulates the speech into a language his audience understands at a real time or simultaneously. So, in consecutive, the interpreter speaks after the speaker pauses, while in simultaneous, the interpreter speaks at the same time as the speaker. Question number 2, types of interpretation. As we said before, there is consecutive interpretation. The speaker gives you time to translate what he has said. Number 2, simultaneous interpretation. The speaker doesn't give you time and you have to translate a text in a real time or simultaneously. Number 3, whispered interpretation, similar to simultaneous interpretation in that the interpretation takes place simultaneously with the speaking, but it is characterized by no requirement or special equipment. The interpretation is whispered to only a few people. Type number 4, written text interpretation, or let's say sight interpretation. In this type of interpreting, you just read a piece of paper and translate it orally, not written translation. Number 5, sign interpretation is a mode of communication in which the interpreter translates a spoken language to sign language to help deaf people or hard of hearing individuals communicate effectively with others. And the last one is remote interpretation. This type of interpretation is a highly demanded field of interpreting. It is delivered by phone or the internet. It became a widely used after the 2020 coronavirus and has become a key option of hybrid or virtual meeting. Among the most commonly used platforms are Zoom and Google Meet. Question number 3, how can you as an interpreter identify your weaknesses? Okay, it is very important for the interpreter to improve his or her performance. The best way to do this is to record yourself. You give yourself that chance to listen to yourself for a long time. You can notice which area in the interpretation you need to improve. In addition, seek external feedback. Ask a senior colleague or a mentor to listen to your recording and to provide a constructive criticism helping you identify your weaknesses. Part 2, sight interpretation. Let's get started. يشهد قطاع غزة في أبريل 2026 استمرارا للأزمة الإنسانية الكارثية مع تواصل الهجمات الإسرائيلية وتوغلات وقصف في مناطق مختلفة مما أدى إلى مقتل 4 أشخاص في خان يونس وشمال القطاع مؤخرا. نزح 90% من السكان وسط تحذيرات من مخاطر عالية نتيجة انتهاكات وقف إطلاق النار، تدمير واسع للبنية التحتية، نقص حاد في الغذاء والدواء وقيود على المساعدات. The humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip continues in April 2026, alongside ongoing Israeli attacks and bombardment targeting different areas. Reports indicate that recently 4 people were killed in Khan Yunis and northern Gaza, while nearly 90% of the population has recently been displaced. There are also warnings of extremely dangerous conditions resulting from the violations of the ceasefire agreement, widespread destruction of infrastructure, severe shortages of food, medicine, and restriction on humanitarian aid. الأوضاع الميدانية. تواصل القصف الإسرائيلي وعمليات النسف والتوغل لا سيما في جنوب وشمال قطاع غزة. Regarding the field situation, Israeli shelling and bombing operations continue, especially in the northern and southern areas in the Gaza Strip. الوضع الإنساني كارثي، حيث يواجه 1.5 مليون شخص الحاجة الماسة للمأوى. تنتشر الأمراض بشكل واسع نتيجة نقص المياه النظيفة والوقود. As for the humanitarian situation, nearly 1.5 million people are in urgent need of water. Diseases are spreading widely because of the shortage of clean water and field supplies. القطاع الصحي يعاني من أزمة خانقة نتيجة الحصار والقيود الإسرائيلية على المعابر، مما يعيق وصول المساعدات الطبية الضرورية. The health sector is facing a serious crisis due to the Israeli blockade and restriction imposed in crossings, which obstruct the delivery of necessary medical assistance. خروقات وقف إطلاق النار. الوضع محفوف بالمخاطر مع استمرار الانتهاكات، مما يهدد أي فرصة للاستقرار. In addition, the violations of ceasefire continue, making the situation extremely dangerous and threatening any chance of stability. الدمار والبنية التحتية. تشير التقديرات إلى تدمير أو تضرر نسبة كبيرة من المباني، مما يفاقم من معاناة النازحين. Finally, reports indicate that a large number of buildings and infrastructure facilities have been destroyed or severely damaged, which further increases the suffering of displaced civilians in Gaza.